Hi, I'm Chris. I have been coming to this North Shore Audio-Vestibular Lab for a little over a year now, and I actually was referred here. I came to see an ear, nose, and throat doctor at the practice next door, and I mentioned to her at the time that I've had a hearing loss really virtually most of my life. In fact, I was first diagnosed when in my 20s. And so she recommended that I get my hearing tested, and that was when I had the really good fortune of meeting Deb, who's now my audiologist here. She did the hearing test, and I remember when we first sat down to talk about the results of the testing, she said to me, she said, "Chris, you don't realize how much harder you have to work to hear what people who have average or normal hearing hear every day." And that was the first time for me that I ever realized that instead of maybe getting a hearing aid being a burden and something that I would have to cope with and deal with, that instead it could really change my life for the better. And so we sat down and we talked about the options, and of course that was the one thing that struck me, is that there were a lot of different options that I could choose from, and that, you know, there wasn't one right thing for each person. My first endeavor was I started to wear the Lyric, which is the extended wear hearing aid, and I loved it. And I remember the first time I could hear birds outside, and I never really noticed that. You also go through this period of everything feels way too loud, and I remember the first time I listened to the TV at the level that I had been listening to it all my life. It was annoying. And so for me the Lyric really didn't work out because I had a hard time with the fit. Deb recommended that we move on to what I'm wearing now, which are the Starkey hearing aids that are in my ear, and they have just been amazing for me. One of the things that I was very concerned about is I travel all the time, and I thought, gee, it must be one more thing I'd have to carry with me, and that I would have to, you know, have all kinds of cases and things like that, and it's not like that at all. It's almost like wearing contact lenses. You put them in the morning and take them out at night. And so it's really made a difference in my life. And I was in last week to just have my hearing aid repaired and cleaned. And I was talking to Debbie, and I said, you know, you don't realize that you really changed my life. And I said, one of the things that I've noticed since I've been coming here is Debbie is just one person of many people who are part of the culture here, where people care about your hearing, they care about you, they want to make things easier for you. Anytime I've ever called, anytime I've ever had a question, I didn't feel like it was a silly question or that I was bothering anybody. I always felt like I could just come and people would care about what I was asking. And that's really made a difference. My life is different as a result of being here.